back with another channeled message. This one is extra special because I didn't realize it was coming straight from Source, Creator, that great spirit, that higher power. And I felt it. I felt it in my crown chakra. It was like it went from my left temple to my right temple, and then like kind of like a shield over my crown chakra. But it was very painful. So, and I didn't understand why my head was hurting that bad. So like everything kind of stopped around me, or it was one of those moments. And I noticed that my son at the same time, like when he noticed me, he stopped the video at 16:16. So it was 16 minutes with 16 seconds. The video that we were watching. This reading is regarding a high priestess. And it could have been like back in the Kemet days. Again, I'm still picking up on that energy. But this high priestess is protecting the present life. So this moment, whoever this message is getting to, or whoever this message is for, this is a timeless reading. And it is a general message. So I am asking your higher self to only take what is yours and forget the rest. Like, let it go. So pay attention to the times you feel chills, or there was sneezing here too, like a really powerful sneeze, like a cleansing sneeze. But that feeling of like releasing something, right? That was like limiting, or to me it felt like it could be like self-limiting beliefs, yes, because it was like the crown chakra. But it's also like bringing a balance within the feminine and masculine. So within the logic and the intuition. So if you've been seeing 16:16, this reading might be for you. I already pre-shuffled and I already meditated on the energy because it was literally coming at me as soon as I noticed the number 16:16, like it just started coming through. And when I'm channeling, it's like everything stops. I even forget wisdom that I know, and I'm receiving these messages, okay? So I did do a pre-shuffle, and these are the cards that came out. So for the crown chakra, it is a crown chakra activation. So if you're feeling pressure like the one I described, it's that balance between the feminine and masculine energy. You have the Six of Swords came out, which is about better times ahead, like moving to calmer waters. But what stuck out the most was a level up, is what I heard. I said better times ahead, a restoration of the crown chakra. And then I heard protecting your peace. So it is really important in these times, whenever you're watching this, to protect your peace. There might have been some like conflict in limbo, or like a moment of needing to process things, maybe things not being so clear. I heard getting out of murky waters. But this is also, after this one, I asked to clarify, and you got initiation. So it is an activation of some sort from spirit. I'll talk about what source energy. I know when it's source because it's like a different type. Like I feel it vibrate through me. It's not just a voice. It's like a vibration. To the ones that know, you know. It just shakes your whole spirit, and it's an honor, you know, to be able to receive these messages from source. But this is more about, this is talking about a masculine and a feminine, but with the emphasis on the feminine energy. Again, energy, not gender. But this is a person that was a high priestess in a past lifetime and actually carries this ancient knowledge, and she's awakening this knowledge now with initiation. And the chains, I am getting some sort of like liberation, because I heard freedom right now. So liberating again whatever was blocking this knowledge or wisdom. It could be the beliefs that you grew up with in this lifetime. So if you grew up in a very religious home, like they are demonizing whatever you are trying to do, you know, however you're connecting to spirit. The light is flickering. Pay attention to when the light flickers and the flames of the candles. You are very protected, by the way, whoever I'm speaking with, because it feels like this type of energy, you see how she's like in her peace, right? And she is alone, but she's like in her peace, regardless of what's happening. And right now what's sticking out is overcoming hardship. So there has been like some sort of like either heartbreak or grief she has processed. But it is giving me like peace within the chaos as well. After that, you've got the chalice, which is about fulfillment. And this is talking, it's basically the Ace of Cups. It's talking about your heart chakra. And I just heard, are you open to receiving? Right? So remember your heart chakra, the reason why we try to unblock it and heal it is because if it is open, you are more receptive to whatever blessings are coming your way. And these could be blessings from that higher power, from source energy, the universe, you know, all of that beautiful higher power energy, or it could be blessings from your spirit family too. For some, it could be ancestors and divine ancestors. For some, it's literally this high priestess past lifetime that is helping you reclaim your power in this lifetime. So it's kind of like she knew you were gonna have certain obstacles or certain lessons in this lifetime. She is a high priestess, so, and it's someone that can connect with the spirit realm. And in the spirit realm, it's like everything is happening at the same time. There's no present, there's no past, there's no future. It's like whatever information we are getting. That's why it's harder to pinpoint unless they show you like certain seasons or give you a certain date, like around what time it's coming, right? Or they're talking about. But this high priestess, this past lifetime high priestess, is looking out for you in this present lifetime, because she knew it wasn't going to be easy, and she knew you were going to have to, like, you set yourself up for that growth in the soul, right? And we know that the people that do have like a spiritual responsibility, and that choose that spiritual path, and that choose to go with their awakening, it's not an easy thing, because it's basically remembering and relearning everything your soul already knows. Maybe not everything, but like whatever is important in this lifetime, we'll put it that way. After the chalice, to clarify, I got the King of Cups. So some of you could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, or are in this King of Cups energy. I did pick up on a masculine energy though. If you notice, there's masculine energy in the card. And now that I place him like this, he's like, oh, look at her, just, you know, living her life, doing her thing, you know. And it's kind of like supporting from afar is what I was picking up with the King of Cups. This masculine energy is also seeing the importance between the mind and the heart, right? And their connection. Like right now they're showing me, I don't know if you guys have seen the meme Oh, 10:33 on the timer. The meme that has like a brain. No, it has a heart and the brain is like throwing up in the toilet. And that's what I'm feeling with this King of Cups. Like, it's kind of like overwhelming what he's going through. So if you are in a connection with this type of energy, hold space through compassion, you know? Like, we gotta remember that nobody's perfect. Not only that, I'm not encouraging abusive relationships. That's not what the fuck I'm doing. Because that's not part of this energy. But this is someone that's learning through the way this feminine is processing things. It's kind of like this energy is used to certain behaviors from the person that they are in a connection with, right? And this feminine is not moving in that energy because she's more focused on her peace and overcoming this grief that she's dealing with. It does feel like it could be a past lifetime healing. So these two could be connected to the High Priest time and Kemet times. But the blue light came out later on in the reading. And it's connected to the High Priestess. Okay. So if your aura is blue, or if you keep seeing blue orbs around you, pay attention to that as well. Archangel Michael does show up as blue and gold orbs, so, but you'll feel him. He's just a different type of energy. It's very prominent, like you can't miss when Archangel Michael is around you. He'll make it known, like, yo, I'm here, you know? This feels like this King of Cups is somebody that is balanced, right? So while the feminine is balancing her crown chakra, it feels like the King of Cups is balancing, or the masculine is balancing the heart chakra and the crown chakra. I am picking up on some shame and regret. They could be artistic. They could be like enjoy doing any type of creative expression. It feels like this masculine energy, it's kind of like learning. So the more she is in her peace, the more strength he has. I just heard a saying, I think it was yesterday or the day before, but it was something that said something along the lines of women get their strength from Mother Earth and men get their strength from women. Okay, so this is what I'm picking up here. Like, the more she's in her peace through the chaos, the more it helps this masculine with the balancing of the crown chakra and the heart chakra. If you're the masculine watching, you might be feeling pain in your heart chakra. It's like a pressure. It feels like somebody's literally like tapping at it. Sometimes it feels like they're punching it. I'm just being realistic. But I was always get it checked out if it continues, you know, and make sure like you do your routine checkups. But this is like, if you're experiencing that, it's because your heart is opening. So don't think that you're like something is wrong. It's actually the opposite. Spiritual symptoms show up physically in an uncomfortable way, but it's also your body letting you know, hey, there's activation in this chakra, there's pressure in this chakra, there's cleansing in this chakra, right? There's healing in this chakra when you feel like pressure. Or sometimes you feel the energetic discs literally rotating, like in movement. You feel the vibration of them. Like sometimes when I'm doing readings, they'll close up if whatever energy doesn't want me to say it. or depending if it's hard for the person to express themselves or they have their throat chakra block, I'll feel it. Sometimes my throat chakra starts doing this vibration thing that I really can't explain outside of vibration, and it feels like an attunement, like it's balancing itself out. So I just sit there, let it, you know, shield myself, let it do what it does. So if you are this masculine, don't trip. It's just your heart opening, okay? So with the King of Cups, you also have 6 of coins here. So you have 3 cards. Once I clarified the Chalice and the King of Cups, you got the 6 of coins, which is giving and receiving. It does feel like this masculine is starting to see that it's been a very unbalanced connection, and it's more like he wants to value the feminine, and he also wants to be valued. So I am also picking up on a fear of like, well, what if I open up and you run, right? Because to be honest, it feels like, okay, you see how he's behind her looking at her, and now he is behind her, like, and she's like, body language wise, she is facing away and kind of like keeping her, kind of like a little smirk, right, in her energy, and him like being focused on her. You see that, right? Okay. And then there's a 6 and a 6 here, which 1616 is what I was picking up on with the 6, the 2 6s. And then the King of Cups, and like, which one represents independence and individual. It could be leadership, it could also be your individual path. So if you study 1616, you have 2 1s and 2 6s. To me, the 1s represent the feminine and the masculine, and the 6 of Swords, which is about moving to calmer waters and finding that balance and overcoming obstacles or hardship. And then the 6 of Coins, finding that equal give and take energy. And being valued is sticking out a lot here. So it's either both of them are afraid of not being valued, or opening up and then not being valued. Okay? The 6 of Coins is more about being able to receive and accept. And it does feel like within the balance of the heart and the crown chakra, this masculine is seeing how lopsided the connection was. Okay, so one of them could have been overgiving, the other one could have been just receiving. Again, take it as it resonates. So after that, you got the 5 of Wands, which is competition, arguing. But what I got most from this card, and if you notice, this, one of you guys could be in a sport, because that was important. They kept saying sports, sports, and I'm like, I got it, sports. I got it. Okay. But there's a managing of temper here. Do your shadow work, my loves. Do your shadow work. It's worth it. It's worth it. Speaking from experience, like, if my anger starts acting up, I know that I gotta fucking sit with myself and work on some shadow work, you know? But this feels like there's also a big fear of a lost opportunity. So it's kind of like, this is what you could have had, but you are losing this, is what I picked up on. Which is, you know, it's a pretty shitty feeling to have, or realization, really. So it's like, I also heard with this one, with the, it could be a Leo energy, so that was weird. It could be a Leo energy, but they are working on temper management, And there has been a misunderstanding of some kind. Because I heard, let me explain. And again, the other receiving end that's being told, let me explain, compassion is key here. It's kind of like, hear them out. Just hear them out. Just chill out, hear them out, is what I was picking up on. Because both parties, the masculine and the feminine, were frozen with indecision and not knowing, like, okay, what now? After, like, this realization or this observation of this, like, lopsided connection was realized. So after that, you got Two of Swords, which is a rock and a hard place. With this one, what stuck out most was like frozen with indecision. Again, the limbo energy. But then I heard my Tower song, which started me on this whole journey of being an intuitive reader and activating my spiritual gifts. The light flickered. It's a triggering song for me because I know once I hear it, shit's about to hit the fan. And in a tower kind of way, it represents a tower. The tower is not always like this, oh, your life is about to fall apart, right? But it is like an external force, a higher power, coming through and shifting things, right? For depending on the level that these two are on. I got a big push, breaking an avoidant cycle. When I clarified the Two of Swords and the Five of Wands, you got the World in reverse, which is about breaking cycles and things that are out of your control, which is a major arcana. When it's a major arcana, it's spirit stepping in. It's kind of like that's something that's out of your control. So this external force is revealing some truth, this breakthrough, this realization, right? And that's gonna cause a physical change. Could also be dealing with the Libra, or you are a Libra, because you got the divine justice after that, which was called in by this higher power or external force, if you want to call it that way. If your right temple is like tapping right now, like you literally feel like kind of Morse code on it, pay attention. Feels like you're kind of stuck right now, like you're like, what is going on, like in disbelief. But Spirit is trying to bring you back to what I'm saying, okay? So listen. Your right side is also your masculine energy. Your left side is your feminine energy. With the right side, you give out energy. With the left side, you receive energy. With this balance here and justice, these two are learning really tough life lessons. It could be through peace in the chaos and compassion, but like also owning the power for the feminine. The masculine feels more like it's lessons in integrity, okay? And that balance and the truth. There's something about a truth here that is causing external changes. Because then after that, you got death, which is Scorpio energy. External changes, complete renewal, transformation. I heard, like with my clairaudient ability, I heard it's over. And then I realized it was in the card. I know what death represents, but there's things that I like comes through, you know, like before the cards and then the cards clarify it. So Spirit does want to say it's over, you made it, focus on your goals and forward progress. So now both of these are on the same page because both of these souls realize the same thing, or or made, like, basically they both had that aha moment. That truth gave them an aha moment, like, oh, okay. And then when I asked to clarify that, like, what was this truth that's being revealed, you got more Scorpio energy. And you have the Six of Cups, which is about a comforting connection, a safe soul, very strong soul partnership here. And I heard romantic. I don't know who needed that clarification, but Spirit made it sure that you know that it's a romantic soul partnership, okay? So with the Six of Cups energy, so now I got 666, which is about balance, my loves. It's about balance. It's also about making sure you are going the right way, or you are too stuck on the material. Kind of like you're giving more power to what you're seeing in the physical realm as opposed to what Spirit is trying to communicate with you through the spiritual realm. So again, that balance within the spiritual and the physical realm. With the Six of Cups and Death, I did receive, like, show me your shadow and your higher self. So part of this truth could have revealed both the shadow, parts of the shadow and parts of the higher self within both energies, because it felt like a balance between the shadow and the higher self, and the parts that the shadow needs to integrate or heal. But as I got this, that's when I heard source. That's when I heard creator, like straight, again, that vibration energy, and I heard enough, right? And to clarify that, I was stuck for a little bit because it always trips me out when I feel it and I hear it, like straight from source. It's always like a shaking, shifting energy, and I was like, okay. And when I heard enough, the Tower came out. So again, more clarification on that higher power coming in, like the song was already warning me about. And it could be like a sudden breakup or a sudden divorce here because of this revelation or this truth that was exposed, which is about this soul partnership and soul connection, okay? By the way, I pre-shuffled, I took notes. I get messages, I've been getting messages as I'm writing lately, so we're doing it that way. What else? So I heard these two have been through enough. So these two parties, the masculine and the feminine, have not had it easy at all. The shadow aspects of themselves could be based on like past trauma. It could have been in childhood or even later on in life, but a certain type of trauma that's not easy to process or heal through. And this is kind of like creator, which yesterday I did hear because I was feeling kind of weird energy around me. And you know, I do what I do when I feel that. And I kept hearing what creator wants, like, no one can break. What creator wants, no one can break. And I know that more information was going to be revealed later, because that's something I've said before when I'm like, I accept things that are like out of my control, you know, because at the end of the day, we do have to have respect for this higher power that we are connected to through our soul, this great spirit, this, you know, most high energy. But we are connected to it. So it's more of like, and once I start hearing that, I know there's more information coming So it's kind of like, okay, I'm listening, right? Like, or listen up is what when I hear that. So some omens that you might receive, if this is resonating with you, is lightning. I also got flash. Like you know how like the logo for flash is like the light, the speed of light, right? Also, when I asked why it was so painful, like before the message came in, I heard divine power. So it's kind of like it's not easy for the physical body to take in this type of energy or to receive this type of energy. But it was all it, to be honest, it felt like it was disconnected or there was some sort of block. And now like Creator came and cleansed that from the crown chakra. So you're literally receiving, which the crown does connect you to that higher power where all the souls come from. But this is also feeling like these two have been through enough with their current situations. Some might be having financial issues or like are struggling trying to like balance their financial status. But I did hear sudden divorce. And I saw the chains breaking. So it's like a contract ending could be another thing too. For some it could be like a loss of a job. For some it could be an actual partnership like coming to an end. For some it could be a lease, like you're no longer living with this person. But it feels like a contract has been broken or somebody has been freed from a contract. After that you got the sun. The sun is what clarified this truth, and notice that it also has the word truth in the card. But it also represented freedom, again, that like breaking free of that contract, that those chains, right? There's also a big rush of energy of optimism.